Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing my fall morning routine. So the first thing I do when I get up is turn on the heat. We keep the house relatively cool at night, and we do live in a pretty chilly area in the mountains in Colorado. So the first thing I have to do when I get up in the morning is turn on the central heating, and then we also have a gas fireplace. Once the heat is turned on and the fireplace is going, the next thing I do is put on a pot of coffee. I would love if I actually took the time to prepare coffee in the evenings before bed, but that's pretty rare. Right now we're drinking a lot of Caribou coffee. The vanilla hazelnut is absolutely delicious. The next thing I do after I've started the coffee is I get all bundled up and I head outside to feed the animals. So we do have two horses, Ty and Gypsy. They are both rescues. And then we also have a new barn kitty. When we bought this house, the house actually came with a barn cat, and she didn't even have a name when we moved in, but we've recently named her Sasha. So in the mornings, after I get bundled up, it's time to go out and feed the horses and feed Sasha as well. After feeding the horses their morning hay, it's time to prepare their warm mashes. So both of the horses are seniors. They're both 25 years old, and they, for their warm mashes twice a day, they get a mixture of this really beautiful whole grain. It's called Crypto Arrow. I've never seen any horse grain like it before. Very, very cool. So they get a mixture of this really nice grain, and then they also get a mixture of alfalfa and timothy pellets. And during the summer, we would just soak those with cool water, so it would be kind of like a cool mash on a hot day. But now that it's so cold, I actually prepare their mashes in the house with hot water. It really helps to break down all of the alfalfa timothy pellets, so it's nice and soft. And then it's also a nice, like, warm meal on a cold day. Alright, next up, after I have fed all the animals and after Sasha has eaten her breakfast and, headed back out for whatever adventures she goes on during the day, then sometimes I will bring Mew outside. Mew really gets to decide if she wants to come out or not. Some days, if it's windy, she doesn't want to come outside. If it's raining, anything like that, she definitely wants to stay in the warm house. But when I was filming this, it was an absolutely beautiful morning, and she really wanted to come outside. So after all of the animals have been fed, I head back inside, and by this point the pot of coffee is done brewing. So it's finally time to pour a cup. And on this particular morning, Greg was sleeping in a little bit, so I poured him a cup and I took that to him in bed. Once I have my cup of coffee, I love to, depending on the time, If I get up early enough and I get everything done soon enough in the morning, I love to sit down with my cup of coffee and just kind of relax and let my mind wake up before I get started with work. So recently that has meant having a cup of coffee while playing Stardew Valley. I absolutely love Stardew Valley. I feel like I've talked about it in a ton of videos recently just because I'm back on another Stardew Valley kick. But essentially after feeding the animals and, pouring my cup of coffee, I give myself usually about half hour or 45 minutes to just let my mind wake up before I dive into emails, copy editing, or whatever other work I have for the day. Now, something else I often have to do in the mornings is clean up the kitchen from dinner the night before. I have never been the type of person who is good at making a big dinner, eating it, and then cleaning it up all before bed. I have a tendency to make a big dinner, eat it, and then just want to go and fall asleep right away. So usually in the mornings, not every morning, but usually before I get to work or when I'm taking my first break and making myself a bit of breakfast, that's when I will head into the kitchen and clean up anything from the night before. So it helps me feel like I have kind of a clean, fresh start to the day with a nice, clean kitchen. And that is about it for my morning routine. So once all that's done, the kitchen's clean, and I've had a little bit of time to maybe have some breakfast and just wake up, then it's time to get started with work for the day. Or on the weekends, sometimes that means, going out and mucking the pasture or heading into town if we need groceries or whatever else we need to do that day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I did film a whole autumn fall vlog, and that will be up on the channel very, very soon. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!